My name is Zac. I've spent most of my life surrounded by stories. Real ones, hidden ones, and the ones we tell ourselves to make sense of both. Some stories came from history books, but the best ones always came from my dad. Growing up, our house wasn't like anyone else's. Everywhere you looked, there were displays, frames, artifacts, pieces of people and moments frozen in time. Things that once belonged to presidents, movie stars, and ordinary people who somehow made their way into history. My childhood was filled with moments where history wasn't just something you learned, it was something you held. People always ask how it all started. The collecting, the chase, the need to dig into the past. The truth is, there's never been a version of my life without it. It's always been there, woven into everything. The things that surrounded me shaped how I see the world and how I see history. But before you understand me, you have to understand my dad. His name was Robert L. White, a lifelong collector. The kind of kid who traded history before most kids even knew what history was. Growing up in Baltimore, he turned that obsession into a life's work. He bought, sold, and hunted artifacts the way that other people chase baseball cards. Over the years, he ran shops, organized autograph shows, and built a widely successful mail-order autograph business in the late 70s, shipping signed letters and relics to collectors around the world. His personal collection grew in rarity and prestige, each piece more exceptional than the last. Over the next 20 years, he managed to amass one of the finest and most historically significant Kennedy collections in the world. In the 90s, his story got picked up by national news outlets. He made headlines, newspapers, television, international press, as the collector with the collection of Kennedy memorabilia that rivaled the collection of the Kennedy Library. The media loved portraying him as the guy who would never sell, and the truth is, he probably wouldn't have. He didn't collect to cash out. He collected to preserve.
He could probably be a millionaire tomorrow if he wanted, but some of the things he's collected are worth more to him than money. You could say that to him, family comes first. The Kennedy family, that is.
His name is Robert White.
Robert White.
Robert White.
Robert White. Robert White. Robert White Museum.
Robert White.
Robert White has the largest private John F. Kennedy collection in the world. More than 150,000 items he claims once belonged to America's 35th president.
He had his senatorial ID, John and Jackie's passports, JFK's car keys, even the wallet JFK had in his pocket on November 22nd, 1963.
This watch is the watch that he had on his wrist when he was inaugurated. And this,
Beautiful
in
watch.
particular, was John Kennedy's favorite photograph of him and his family, and he's wearing the watch.
What made his story so compelling was that his passion for collecting drew as much attention as the objects he collected.
I virtually have been given a lot of neat things over the years and never would consider selling them. I think collecting is the greatest thing. It's made my entire life.
He went on television again and again, explaining how he wanted to open a museum so the public could see and learn from the collection.
I'm trying to get a museum in Annapolis, and that's the main focus of what I want to do with my collection.
The TV hosts loved testing his resolve, asking if he was ever tempted to sell, especially after the famous Jackie O auction in 1996, the one that grossed over $34 million.
This from a man who still works at his regular job selling industrial chemicals.
If I had 10 items in that auction, I could probably retire.
You're working full-time, and you have items in your basement which you could probably sell tomorrow and never have to work again.
Right.
Why not sell just one or two things?
Boy, you sound like my wife. I love this material. I want to share the material with the public. Find me someplace to put it, and I'll take it out of my mother's basement.
He got plenty of leads, but nothing ever truly panned out. In a last-ditch effort, he even gave out his phone number on national television, hoping someone out there would share his vision and help bring the museum to life.
You can call Robert White at home. That's Robert White, Kennedy collector. Dana?
Wow, I don't think we've ever done that, and I'm going to bet a nickel he's going to be just inundated with phone calls. Whew.
After another year of doors closing and no movement on the museum, Robert White made a difficult choice. He decided to part with a small portion of his collection to try and build the museum on his own. In January 1998, convinced he had run out of alternatives, he signed with Guernsey's auction house in New York City and announced the JFK auction slated for March of that year.
Now many more cherished items of Jack and Jackie are on the auction block, and only we have your preview of what will no doubt be another Kennedy fans feeding frenzy.
Robert put up 1/8 of his collection, including some key items. It was a tough decision for him, but he believed it was the move that could finally bring his museum from dream to reality.
This is his Hermes briefcase, which apparently he loved, and rather than get a new one, he kept getting this one repaired. Is that right?
I can identify with that.
Me too.
Garnering a ton of press, Robert's notoriety leveled up when he got pulled into a very public battle with the Kennedys themselves over ownership of his Kennedy collection.
I really believe that this will settle.
And briefly, you'll take some of the proceeds from this auction and you'll take it for your personal use, but also you say you'd like to take some other items and start a museum. There is already the Kennedy Library in Boston. Why not just donate the items to that?
This is my life's work. I've worked for several museums. I've archived this material. I love this material. And I really, really hope that and pray that I could get up in the morning and go to my own museum honoring JFK. I think that this country is big enough for two museums, and I am in no way competing with the library. I'd like to work with them.
But I gotta stop us right there, because I'm here to tell a completely different story. The reason I told you all that about my dad is because I wanted you to have perspective. Robert White was way more than just some guy with a collection. He was a super collector. Everything he did, every decision that he made, it was all about preserving history and sharing his collection with people. The Kennedy collection is how a lot of people know his name, but there's so much more to his story. My dad collected everything: autographs, movie props, historical artifacts, oddities, curiosities, shrunken heads. He believed the past wasn't meant to sit behind glass. It was meant to be touched and argued with. In 2003, my dad passed away suddenly, and when someone like him is gone, you can't keep everything. We sifted through every item, every frame, every scrap of paper he ever saved. Some things we donated in his name, some things we sold, and a few things I held on to, not because they were worth the most, but because they felt the most like him. This is the story of one of those items. A single piece from my dad's collection. And if what's inside is real, it could be one of the rarest discoveries ever documented. It looks simple, it's just a book, but hidden beneath the cover is a signature that changes everything. I brought it up to experts over the years, but nobody ever gave me the time of day. My dad was the only one who believed in it. He got it late in life and never had the chance to put it under a microscope. Every expert we contacted gave us the same response: impossible to authenticate. So it stayed where it was, at my mom's house, for more than 20 years, just sitting there, waiting. And now, for the first time, the technology might finally be ahead of the mystery. Maybe there's a real way to know, once and for all. So I'm headed to pick up the book. 45 miles of highway and 1,000 miles of what-ifs in my head. This isn't just about history. It's about belief. The truth, it doesn't reveal itself easily. It takes research and patience. It takes a willingness to follow the trail. And more than anything, it takes faith. The same kind of faith my dad always had. This isn't just a drive. It's the first step in unraveling a mystery that's been waiting 2 decades for me to return to it. Whatever happens next, it starts here. This is the story of a book. It's Robert White's story. It's my story. And maybe, if we're lucky, it's history.